Hello, subscribers of our channel. We are very happy that you're watching us. We will have a great time with you today. Here we go.
Today we will play these games with you. I think these will be fun to play. So here we go. Jack's terrifying night. One cold, eerie night, Jack found himself wandering the empty streets of his small town. The silence was unsettling, the kind that made even the sound of his footsteps echo ominously. As he walked, his gaze fell upon the dimly lit sign of the local police station. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to step inside. The station was unnervingly quiet. The desks were abandoned, chairs pushed aside as if their occupants had left in a hurry. Papers lay scattered on the floor, and the faint smell of mildew lingered in the air. Jack called out, "Hello? Anyone here?" But his voice only bounced off the walls, met with no response. A shiver ran down his spine as he explored further. The stillness was suffocating. Feeling an inexplicable sense of dread, he quickly left the building. Across the street stood a small ice cream shop. Its neon sign flickered weakly, casting an eerie glow over the deserted sidewalk. Hoping to find someone there, Jack entered. At first glance, it looked normal, but something was off. The air was thick with a sickly sweet smell, and the counters were spotless, too pristine for a shop supposedly in use. Then he saw it, a shadowy figure lurking near the back of the store. Jack froze as the figure turned, revealing empty, hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through him. His gaze shifted to the shelves, where he saw something far more horrifying. Human remains, grotesquely displayed like trophies. Overwhelmed with fear, Jack stumbled backward and bolted out of the shop. Heart pounding, he dashed into a nearby grocery store, hoping to find safety. But the moment he stepped inside, darkness enveloped him. The store's lights were out, leaving only the faint glow of the moon filtering through cracked windows. The floor was sticky with blood, and smeared handprints decorated the walls. Jack followed a trail of crimson, only to discover a lifeless body slumped against a shelf. The scene was grotesque, and Jack's stomach churned. Suddenly, his eyes caught something in the store's large front window. A wanted poster was taped to the glass, the face of a man staring back at him. Beneath it, the words "wanted" for multiple murders sent chills down his spine. The man in the poster bore an uncanny resemblance to the shadowy figure he'd seen in the ice cream shop. The pieces started to fall into place, but none of it made sense. The streets outside were eerily quiet. The hum of city life had vanished, and the faint buzz of streetlights was replaced by an ominous silence. Jack noticed that the power was out everywhere. He could barely make out the path ahead in the dim light of the moon. Desperate for answers, Jack entered the barber shop next door, where his friend Don worked. "Don? Are you here?" he called out, his voice trembling. There was no reply. The shop was in disarray. Chairs were overturned, and broken mirrors reflected distorted images of the room. Then Jack saw it. Don's co-worker lying on the floor, lifeless. His neck was twisted at an unnatural angle, and his wide, lifeless eyes stared into nothingness. Jack backed away, but before he could leave, he caught sight of something in the mirror. Dark, shadowy figures moved silently behind him. Their shapes were formless, but their presence was suffocating. He turned to face them, but there was nothing there. Panic set in as he realized these creatures were not bound by the physical world. With his heart racing, Jack fled the barbershop, sprinting into the night. The town he once knew had transformed into a nightmare. Every corner seemed to hold a new terror, and the oppressive silence weighed heavily on him. He needed to find safety, a sanctuary from the horrors that surrounded him. But as the darkness deepened, Jack began to wonder if such a place even existed anymore.
We are very happy that you, our channel subscribers, are watching us.